So, I think we're live. I'm also trying to make this happen on YouTube. I've never launched this on YouTube. It's going live on Periscope and on YouTube at the same time, but I have no idea if it's working. I do know it's working on on Periscope, but I don't know if it's working on YouTube. Who cares? I'm just going to get started, man. Oh yeah, it's working on YouTube. If you want to find this on YouTube, if you're on Periscope but you prefer YouTube, you can go to YouTube. I'll just post the link in a while. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them and I'll be sure to reply to them. It's very easy. You just type in your questions and I'll be able to see it in my user interface. I'll click it and I'll start answering your questions. So here's the thing. A lot of freelancers focus on dumb shit, okay? What do I mean with dumb shit? Things that don't actually make you money. Like for example, let's say that you're starting a business or you've been in business for a year or two or whatever, and you start thinking about redesigning your logo. That's dumb shit, man. That doesn't make money. You're not McDonald's. You don't need the most memorable logo in the world. But using your name is enough if you are a freelancer. If you want to change your company's name or your company's logo, you are entitled to do that. But believe me, that will not make you money. I'll be talking about the activities that actually help you make more income. That's why I called this freelancing high ROI activities, meaning that the return on investment of your time and your effort is disproportionate in regards to the efforts that you are applying, okay? So what else is dumb things that you should be avoiding? For example, watching tutorials and not following through the guidance of the person that is teaching you something new. That is dumb. There is no purpose on watching a tutorial to learn a new skill and never implementing that new knowledge. That is a dumb way to approach your freelancing business. Also, reading stuff and then never implementing it, or overthinking the niche that you want to be working at. Forget about overthinking, forget about all those readings and stuff like that if you're never going to put that into practice. In regards to finding a niche, here's my advice. Choose one, fast, see what happens. Take a week or two to find clients within that niche. Pitch your offer to these people, and if you start getting clients within that niche, double down on it. And then start presenting your offers in better ways. That said, let's talk about the real high return on investment activities that will increase your income this week. This is not me being hyperbolic. This is me telling you how the world works for a freelancer. So the first activity that you must perform every single day is cold outreach. You want to start finding clients now. And how do you do that? I'll be talking about that in a while. But if you are not prospecting, if you are not trying to find new clients, if you are not understanding the problems your clients have, it will be impossible for you to make sales, which will result on failure. And I don't want you to fail. I want you to succeed. I want you to win. I want you to increase your income. I want you to be happier. But in order to make that possible, you need to start finding clients. Cold outreach is the simplest way, even though it's a little bit frightening for people who have not done this before, because cold outreach is about let's say pitching your offers to people who you've never met in your life. And that is frightening to a lot of people because they fear rejection. They feel getting into uncomfortable situations. They fear embarrassment. And nobody likes being embarrassed. Take me, for example. I don't like doing cold calling. I hate that. So I prefer cold email or cold direct messages on social media, which is way simpler than calling someone out of the blue to their phone and telling them like, hey, here, it's Jose Rosado, whatever. Ah, man, I fucking hate that. Anywho, that's the first activity that you need to focus on. Finding clients, prospecting. understanding their needs, understanding their goals, getting into phone calls with them. And the way to get them into phone calls is by actually pitching the call. You just go into their DMs or send them an email telling a little bit about what you've helped other people achieve and that you have some ideas for them to achieve similar results. So let's say that you help people create lead generation systems. You could reach out to, let's say, John from Acme Inc. Hey John, Hey John, I was looking through your website. I loved the content about, I don't know, coaching. I love the 3 main points that you talk about in whatever article name. And I never thought about number 2. It's actually very entertaining and very, very mind opening. Thank you for that. Anywho, my name is Jose Rosado, and I help people like you, coaches, achieve X, Y, or Z goals. Take, for example, my client, and then you just add the client name, who last month made an extra $10,000, $20,000 with a simple lead generation system I implemented for her. I have some ideas for you. Would you mind? Do you have any couple of minutes to talk with me during this week? If so, just reply with a yes, and I'll send you a link to schedule a call with me. That's it. That's what you could send over a cold email, or you could send it over a cold DM or a video DM, which is nice. Okay. The other day I paid a couple of guys $3,000 because they were going to help me out with some stuff with branding on Instagram. $3,000 just like that. 20-something-year-old guys, 21, 22. His name is Nick. These people approached me just like that with a simple DM, and I ended up paying $3,000 for their help. Think about that. Simple, straightforward. Also, another thing that you need to focus on is actually delivering on your promises. Okay? If you promise that you're going to deliver on a given date, you must deliver before that date, to be honest. Not even that date, before that date. Because that's what great freelancers and great employees, workers do. They over-deliver, okay? They deliver on their budget. They deliver within the time frame. And they make their clients happy and reduce their stress by delivering on their promises. So if you're focusing on the daily paperwork and the dumb stuff that we freelancers usually focus on, like really dumb crap, like organizing our folders, like really stop that. Focus more on delivering on your promises and you'll have a better time. So let's say Darshil has a question. I'll click it right now. And he asks, how do you price your website? Also, how do you manage the payment while delivering the project? Okay, so how do you price your website? Here's an advice to anyone that is in the web design niche or the freelancing niche in general. Always have a minimum fee for your projects. Let's say that you will never charge less than $3,000 to $5,000 for any project that you get into. That's the first thing that you need to understand. It's not about the website, it's about you first, okay? How low of an amount are you willing to accept to get started to any work? Let's say it's $3,000, okay, for anything that you can work for someone. Now, your role is creating an offer in such a way that those $3,000 feel less expensive than the money that the person is going to give you. And how do you persuade people into actually believing that your offer is less expensive? That your offer is less expensive than the money that you're asking? Well, you reply to their questions. You ask them deep questions about their goals, their needs, and you offer them a path from going to point A to point B. You forget about the facts. You focus on their feelings, on solving their problems, on providing a solution to their issues, on providing let's say a shining light at the end of you're like lost in the sea. They see a shining light right there, like way far, and you are that shining light for them. You have to make them feel like that by asking deep questions, by asking about their struggles, about their pains, about Why have they not been able to achieve X or Y or Z goals? Or what have they been struggling for, and why have they been struggling for? What have they tried before, and why do they think it failed before? Okay, so you start asking questions during the sales call, and by listening to them and then adjusting your pitch to provide a solution to those problems that they reveal to you during the conversation, you make that perception of your offer being less expensive than the money that they're going to give you. So it's not about the service. It's not about how much money you're going to be charging for this. It's about providing a path to solve these people's problems, and then you can start charging whatever the hell you want. For example, it is in my understanding that the healthcare website of the United States costs around $1 billion. I don't know, $1 billion more or less. That's a lot of money for a website. It doesn't matter if it's for the government. That's a lot of money for any kind of website. Some people saw the opportunity and they charged $1 billion for the healthcare website. Think about that. If a group of people can charge up to $1 billion or whatever they charge for that website, you can charge $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for your website. There's no problems with that. Hopefully I answered your questions, okay? Anywho, let's keep going forward. Here's another thing, a third action that is very profitable for freelancers. And it's actually researching your niche, researching your market, researching your industry, researching your clients. You find answer to the common questions and problems and ideas and misconceptions that your audience has, your client has, your industry has, and you'll find ways to solve those issues. That is the straightforward way. And by understanding the niche, by understanding what they're doing, and by providing a solution to these problems, you make it so much simpler for you to pitch your services to these people. It's straightforward. So for example, freelancers. What do freelancers struggle with? Let me tell you some ideas that for the last, 10 years, 12 years more or less, I've been seeing within the freelancing realm. And it's very simple. Usually freelancers struggle with getting high-paying clients. That's a big, big problem a lot of freelancers get. They usually charge $500, $1,000, or $1,500 for their projects, while they can actually be charging $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, or even more $1,000 for their services. The thing is that they don't know how to increase their prices. They don't feel comfortable charging for more prices. Maybe they feel a little bit, the word is not uncomfortable. Maybe they don't trust in their skill of delivering on their promises and their services. Maybe they have a conflicting image of who they are as a person or as a freelancer. So it prevents them from raising their prices. Also, maybe they have a really crappy cold outreach strategy, or maybe they don't have a great sales funnel, or their sales pitch sucks. Okay, so these are common problems that freelancers struggle with. I, for example, talk about that. For example, in my Instagram account, I talk a lot about those struggles. Not so much on Twitter, but on Instagram, I talk way more about these struggles and how to solve them. Freelancers also are constantly overwhelmed with a lot of work while getting paid little money. Think about that, man. That's a big struggle. Here's the thing. If you solve your pitch, if you fix your pitch, if you start prospecting more, meaning trying to find more clients every day, you'll find a way to make more income and make more money. And the more social proof, the more testimonials you have, the better. The better it will be for you. So that's the approach. So just to end this live stream right now, Stop focusing on dumb crap, man. Really, stop focusing on designing your logo or your business card or the best website ever. Forget about that. It's good to have it, but don't overcomplicate the process. Stop focusing on creating a filing system to never get lost within your computer. Forget about that. That is not profitable. That doesn't make you money. It makes you feel good because you feel you're doing something productive, but it's not. It's actually not. Cheers to that. So forget about the dumb work. Forget about the things that you can delegate or that you can hire someone on Fiverr to create something for you for $5. Forget about the pretty design, even though I'm a designer, about the pretty design of your proposals or your emails or your social media presence. If you can delegate that to someone on Fiverr, delegate it. Don't overcomplicate it. You can find people for $5 to make your presentations and your proposals look better. If you plan ahead, you can actually find people that can create this stuff for you for peanuts, for cents, okay? So focus on the high return on investment activities like finding clients, like focusing on your work, on actually delivering on your promises. And finally, by understanding your niche better, by understanding their deep pains, their aspirations, their goals, their struggles, by understanding what keeps them awake at night, by asking them questions during a phone call or through an email. These are the best activities you can perform every day. Finding clients and closing them, of course, focusing on the projects that you have, and understanding and researching your niche. That is all for this live stream. Hopefully you found value in it. I'm trying to do this. I'll be doing this every day for the next month or so. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at Jose Rosado and on Instagram at Jose Rosado HQ. And on YouTube, I think you can find me by Jose Rosado on YouTube. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.